Alright.
On a dark shirt.
Yeah. Dude, I got
Nice.
my roommates got me this shirt for Christmas. And it's my favorite shirt.
No, that's probably long done. That's a later problem.
So are we actually live right now?
It's yeah, they can't hear or see.
Gotcha. Okay. But we're getting ready for it. Okay. So who else is joining here? And yeah.
Zerk is probably gonna
Yeah.
be late.
They can hear Jonah, James. They can hear Jonah. They can hear Jonah on the shirt.
Yeah. There we go.
Season 8. We're already at 8 seasons into this league, and it's absolutely incredible to get back talking about Formula One action. We're on the new game as well, the F124 video game by Codemasters and EA, and it's gonna be great to talk about what we have planned, and also talk about the driver pairings, which we'll be going into a little bit later on. But I'm Formula Jonah, owner and co-founder of the league, and I'm joined by some of our admins from across the LSR community. Welcome everybody to the live stream here. We also have Zerk joining in a little bit later as well. But first off, I want to get your thoughts on just the season ahead. How excited are you as we head into Season 8?
Very excited. We've seen the preseason races, especially the last one at Group 2 with Monza, which was very hectic, very close, but should make for a very good title fight. So we'll see what's going to happen.
Yeah, speaking about Group 1 as well, I know that the two preseason rounds were a little bit on the shakier side comparatively, which is also my fault. I've now learned that you cannot rage quit if you are the host, because that red flags the session. Lessons learned. But kind of outside of that, the racing was very, very competitive. Was very, very tight, and multiple different parts of the pack. We've obviously got a couple of long timers coming back. And especially if the battles at the front kind of continue like they have, it could be a very, very interesting 12 race season. Definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, really, really looking forward to this season. It's going to be absolutely incredible to see what we have in store for season number 8. Every time I say season number 8, I'm blown away by the fact that we are that far into this league. I remember day 1 of LSR being all the way back on the Classic Cup days when I founded the league, and it's just incredible to see how far this server and the community has grown across these years. And yeah, let's get some racing underway. One of the biggest things I wanted to mention here before we kind of get into the subjects of today's live stream here is that LSR F1 division, at least, is going to be going through some changes compared to Season 7, and when it comes to the tiers as well, or the groups as we call it. Group 3 is temporarily gone. We are here for just two groups of racing, going back to the original days of Group 1 and Group 2. And of course, we're excited to see what LSR has brought to the table when it comes to the divisions, when it comes to the drivers for these two amazing groups. And ultimately, the league is focusing on these two divisions, and hopefully we'll get very, very close racing, a lot of attendance, and just ultimately fun. So we'll see how that goes. But just wanted to let all the viewers know that we are downsizing to 2, Group 1 and 2, and Group 3 will be on temporary leave. Also, welcome to everybody who's joined the live stream so far. We've seen a lot of people that's joined, which is great to see. Got over 10 viewers so far live, and I'm sure that will increase as the server or the live stream continues, and the server continues to broadcast the live stream. But yeah, I guess we should talk about our main subject, because as we've pointed out in the Discord server and on social medias, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to be going into the driver lineups, which will be decided here on this live stream. So does somebody want to talk about how that process is going to be happening?
I can. So today we're going to be doing it slightly different and not saying it live on stream. We're going to have a wheel showing which pairing is going to be up first for the first pick in another wheel for a different team. So we're going to have two different wheels set up the two groups. And I think Group 1 will go first.
I think so too, yeah. That should be.
But yeah, Group 1 will go first, so we've got a wheel set up for that. And then we'll have another wheel for the teams.
Sounds good. Well, yeah, I guess we should start out with our main division, Group 1. James will be covering the wheel. He'll be going through all that, and we'll be talking about it. It is different, as you mentioned, James, as we head into this new process. But I think it's fun. It makes it more inclusive as well. The whole environment of the community, seeing exactly what's going to be the driver lineups and teams live here on this. And this is, of course, our first reaction to seeing the driver lineups as well and the teams and all that sort of thing. So, for sure, very excited for what's to come.
I think we all are.
And I think we'll start out with, you said we're going to start out with Group 1, you mentioned, and then move
Yeah.
into Group 2.
Let me get the wheel up. There we go. I've got the wheel on.
Alrighty.
So,
Oh my god, there's light in this room now.
yeah, it's a bit more brighter because it's just
He's-
the whole screen. So it's easy.
Oh,
for
yeah, of
everybody to
He
course.
see.
stepped out of the void.
He stepped out of the void.
James is out of the void.
We also still don't know where Speedy is, by the way. More thinkies.
Yeah.
I think this is group
Alright.
1.
Oh, Jesus. Now there's. I've got flashbang
Yep.
for James. Thank you, James.
Yeah, I got you.
Problem.
Yeah, it's up.
The wheel's up, but we're not there anymore. That's fine.
Yeah, it's up on stream. So good
Perfect.
there. Yeah.
So, who's
so,
our first Group 1 pairing then?
Stratting said that's that's group 2.
Oh,
That's the
Is
group
this
2
group-
one.
Oh, never mind then. Group 2.
Yep.
We'll start with
Yeah,
Group 2
because-
then.
We'll start with Group 2. That's
Yeah.
fine, though.
Sure. We lied. That's how you
Means-
know it's live.
Means I know my team quicker. That's fine.
And Oreo half African. I don't know how you say his name.
African, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, there's
So-
a delay. Oh,
Yeah. That's so definitely. I think that lineup is definitely going to be very interesting as well. I think it's two solid drivers. I don't know, Husky, with you racing more in Group 2 now. I don't know if you've got any more insight into that, but
What? Sorry.
was the pairing a King and African?
Both pretty fast drivers. I chased down Breakfast King on Monza, but I was too far behind anyways. After I overtook for P2, and then with the penalties, I fell back anyways. But he's quick. Oreo's quick too. He doesn't show up that much though, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Breakfast King wasn't that confident about his chances for the constructorship, but we'll see how it goes.
Both are pretty good drivers from who I've raced with, and I think that Oreo and Breakfast King, I've actually been teammates with both of them, believe it or not, in leagues prior, and both are very good teammates, and I think together they'll make a very consistent package in the Group 2 championship, so excited to see what they can do.
Alright,
Cool.
let's find out what team
Alright, so I
they're
guess
gonna
over-
go for.
Yeah.
And viewers, if you're unaware what's going on, we're looking down and seeing what the wheel is as well. And we do
Yeah,
have Speedy
yeah.
joining us.
Hello, Speedy.
I am back. Sorry. Roommate
No worries.
They have got McLaren.
Ooh, all right.
Ooh.
Is that the first
Okay.
driver lineup?
Yeah,
That
the
is,
first
yeah.
driver lineup.
So,
Oreo and Breakfast
Oreo's
King and
getting
McLaren.
the team he wanted then, because I know Oreo really wanted McLaren.
There we go.
Oh.
Perfect.
So,
Yeah.
So good first
All
round
right.
for them.
Well, next team then. We can take McLaren
For
off the
sure.
list.
Yeah, I can see Breakfast King just celebrating in the chat there. He's very happy with that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very happy.
Let's hope let's hope we've got Kick or RB Visa, because otherwise this
I'll take
merges
Kick.
for
I'll take
Kick.
RB. I'll take any team but Haas at this point.
Yeah,
I prefer
Yeah.
RB, Kick, or William, or RB, Kick, or Alpine.
and so we got
Rest them all and
Left.
LAF.
LAF.
All right.
Gotcha.
Nice pairing right there.
Yeah,
And
Both are
Yeah,
good
I know.
drivers.
let's see.
yeah. Rostamol, I'm not as familiar with, but I know LAF and I had a couple solid battles last
Rasta
season.
is a driver that Group 3 drivers are familiar with. because he's usually been about mid-pack in Group 3.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
And now that
Yeah,
Group
yeah.
3 is completed, that's also something we should probably mention as well, that a lot of the Group 3 drivers have moved into 2, right?
Yeah, all Group 3 drivers have now been promoted to Group 2 as Group 3 has closed.
Yeah.
So we're back down from our 3-group schedule to our 2-group schedule. And
And
we've
that pairing will be
comprised
half.
all the groups into 2 groups. We've got Group 1, which is still our crown jewel group, and Group 2, which is basically our F2 group.
Yes.
Yeah, and then Rasta and LAF will be driving for Haas this season.
Okay, so the one team I didn't want is gone. Good.
Yeah, that's good for us.
Okay.
Fagan,
A
were
strong
you
pairing at
driving
Haas.
with us, or were you driving in Group 1? I can't remember.
I'm Group 1.
Um,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vacants in Group 1. The LSR admins in each group are... LSR admins in Group 2 are me, the 2 Huskies, Zerk if he ever decides to buy the game, Jonah if he decides to race,
Or commentate.
Viprise, Rick, and Breakfast King. I think that's all of the admins in Group 2 with Vacant... Vacant,
so
Vacant, Alexis, and Mango being the 3 in
yeah.
Group 1.
Yep.
Oh, and Viprise.
Yeah.
Viprise is a G2.
Viprise is Group 2.
G2.
Oh, Group 2, okay.
You know,
My bad.
striding as well.
Esther using assists, so.
Striding of well, of course, is pretty active across both. So
And
you know that's another guy to definitely reach out to. But yeah, largely myself, Alexis, and Mango for the.
And just so everyone's aware, we will be covering some changes to Group 1 that are coming this season. Given that the F1 22-23 era is over, and how crappy the traction and stuff was in that game, after we get some teams selected, we're going to cover some other bases to do with our Group 1 assists. So for Group 1 drivers watching, you might want to be focused for when we get to that part, just because it will affect cheat.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely stay tuned. And now I guess back to the driver lines, which are off stream, I think.
Yeah, they are.
Yes, because we are on stream. And
No, I mean
We're back
the
on
wheel
stream.
is the wheel
wheels
is off.
are cleared.
Yeah, it's back on the stream now.
all right,
Yeah,
yeah,
there's a
they
delay.
can
I forgot about the
still
delay.
uploading.
Oh.
I'm watching the stream right now, and it's just not loading.
People like this.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, there's
I'm
slight
gonna
delay.
reload.
There you go. Now it's on.
Yeah.
Took a bit.
So pairing
Ooh.
5, me and Husk. All right.
You know
Gotcha.
that.
Yeah.
You two will.
Yeah, so definitely.
Ah.
Now the question is, what
Yeah.
team is it going to be?
Yeah, I mean, it
I'm
went,
Yeah.
fine with any team at this point. The
it
one
went
team I
well
wanted
at
is gone.
Monza until you outbroke yourself and spun on my rear end.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
To be fair, I just
Yeah.
got terrorized that whole race, though.
yeah, okay.
there's definitely been challenges with that new handling model. I know, especially Group 1 around
Okay.
China was definitely a challenge. But survey says
I'll take Red Bull. I'll take Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Oh, normal Red Bull. All right.
Yep.
That's fine. That's good.
It was barely on
Pretty
Visa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
would have been better. Now I've got to buy Red
Almost-
Bull merch. Damn it!
Almost got
I'm
the
not
V
buying
car.
the merch, dude. I'm not buying that.
Look, I've got.
Yeah, you got the RB Visa stuff on.
Yeah,
I got this.
Alright, the
you're
next
just
Still.
fan of Texas. That's it.
All right.
Red Bull's gonna be fun.
I've raced in the Red Bull
And-
before, so I'm kind of fine with going back to that team.
Generally, pretty, Solid thing to go with.
Is that the next pairing?
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah,
So we got our owner and admin pairing now that are going to be selected.
Yeah.
That's a strong
Yeah.
driver lineup as well.
Yeah, I mean, if there were like a preseason favorite, at least just based on the names so
Well,
far, I think I'd definitely go with that one.
Agreed.
Based
Uh,
on what happened during preseason, though, those two are
With
going to be
Monza,
right on
yeah.
each other. Yeah,
Yeah.
they had a
Fun.
bit. They had a bit
For
of
sure.
contact during Monza, and Tuki and Viperize hit the wall and fell to the back. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is going to
Yeah,
be
but
an interesting
They
Hamilton
can
Rosberg
be
pairing.
really quick. They can also sometimes be quite incident prone and spin out when it counts most. So
for sure. But I think Viperize, especially the pairing of myself and Viperize last season, combining to get the group structured. And then our striding also already has a good chunk of pace. I think it'd definitely be difficult to bet against that.
And
let's
they got
see Aston Martin.
we've got Alonso and Lance Stroll. Viperize being Lance Stroll.
Yeah, they're Aston Martin. That's an interesting. See, this is something interesting. When looking at the records for LSR, I just want to point this out real quickly. When looking at the records for LSR, our first ever champion was Sequit in the Aston Martin car in 2021 or season 1. He was never able to convert it into a constructor's title, though. And so far, the only constructors the only team that has taken, or Aston Martin has only taken one constructors championship, and that was in Group 3. So if they can achieve this would be really good, because now Aston Martin are taking, like, they're coming back, it seems like. So that's going to be for sure very interesting to see what they can do.
It's their redemption day, as Ricardo would say.
Exactly.
For sure.
Right, next up.
And Aston Martin's. Yes.
Stratting, you can take that as you will. Our Stratting, does that mean I'm old and washed if I'm Alonso?
I mean,
There's a
he's
rookie,
very
no?
good for his age.
He's a rookie, no?
Alonso's not really that posh. So I'd say you got the better end of the poll still, because you've got a window licker on your team.
And what's our next
And
driver lineup?
we get to see
Guardian
Zerk's
Knight
dresser.
and Cavalry L7L.
User City face
Oh.
reveal.
Hang on,
Zerk,
gotcha.
welcome.
This reveal only shows.
Oh, Guardian, Knight, and Cavalry. All right, so
Wait, oh, wait.
little knowledge on these guys. They both were the second driver for their teams. They both were the slower end for their drivers, but they were still quick. Cavalry being a little more incident prone, but it's going to be interesting seeing the battle for who can be the top driver on that team.
They're both Group 3 guys, right? I know Guardian stepped up to Group 2 a couple of times, but Calvary is definitely a name that I'm not as
Cavalry ran one season, and it wasn't full time last season because the physics were trash. And he won the French preseason race in season 6, I think, for Group 3.
Cool. Well, there'll definitely be a strong driver lineup, I feel.
Their team is
There's been no spin for me yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I still don't see anything.
About the delay on Streamlabs, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ferrari. All right.
Interesting.
Interesting.
All right. Yes,
So-
we'll see if
I definitely think Guardian wanted Ferrari. I'm not so sure about Calvary. I think he's more of an Alpine guy. But from what I saw from the preseason, Guardian checked into Ferrari a couple of times.
So they're going to have
Yeah.
to defend the championship that Vacant and Viperize won last season. Ferrari, let's see what they can do with an all-new pairing, of course.
Oh, that's going to be interesting.
yeah.
Can they indeed defend the title? That's going to be a story to watch out for sure.
If
Yeah.
it was Rick and Viperize, I'd be a lot more confident than this duo, but I still am confident that they can do some decent results.
Definitely going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
James, they can't hear you on stream anyway. You're too quiet.
This lineup's a fully rookie lineup, I think. Oh no, it's Jimbo. TJ's new.
No.
Jimbo's returning, is he not?
I
Yeah,
believe
yeah,
he is.
yeah.
TJ's brand new to the league though, so this is going to be interesting.
I mean, you
Jim
have
was-
one guy who's proven himself, then the other really we have no clue about. So gonna be interesting.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, Jimbo's pace is definitely, been solid. Should definitely be interesting to see him. And then, yeah, obviously with TJ being a bit more of a wild card pick there, definitely going to be, interesting to see where he slots into everybody.
From what I've heard, TJ's been hard practicing for this season, trying to get up to pace with the rest of us. So I definitely think he's going to be a prospect to watch because he's trying the hardest to be good, and he's trying the hardest to be up at the front.
They got
Yeah,
I mean,
especially
he's
with
paired in the
Yeah,
Williams.
Will, but
Williams. Okay.
And I believe Jimbo's last season that he did with us was in Williams as well. So
probably.
I
Yeah,
believe
I
so.
think
Yeah.
especially with those kind of
it seems that
And the
Williams
goal-
has done a Haas 2020 and 22 with Magnussen.
I believe
obviously the goalposts have been shifted in dealing with the handling model over the past couple of months, but I think it's definitely going to be interesting to see, especially with that change and everybody lots in.
Yeah, good point. Very good point. And I just wanted to point out as well, I think, Speedy, you are correct. Jim's last full-time season was with Williams. That was a few seasons ago. And if I remember correctly, that was when James and I had our dominant spell at Aston Martin when we were the British racing green duo, getting a couple podiums and a couple good results. Those were the days back in, I think it was F1 22 or something like that.
I think-
that was before. I think
Couple
that
of
was
seasons
21.
ago.
Was that before? Wow. That's-
Yeah, I think no, it was season 4, so it was 22, I think. Yeah, it was 20.
Yeah.
It was 22 in season 4 where you guys finished 7th and 9th after a
Okay.
pretty good run, but Kevin Kalkrenner, Vegas, all the G1 drivers, and then Viperize beat you guys out. So
Those were the days.
Next up, Luke and Decky.
Ooh.
Dutchy?
Not a bad
Ooh.
pairing.
So,
Yeah, we call him
Luke, you read it
Detchel.
Detchel.
We always say it wrong anyway. So
Yeah,
well, his
Yeah.
username, his EA username's Detchel. So
gotcha.
And I believe that was one of the drivers that was very quick in Group 3, battling for the
Yeah,
championship, if I'm not mistaken.
yes,
the championship originally came down to me, Detchel, and Enway. But some shady stuff happened, and Detchel disappeared for a couple race weeks. So we came out Emre first, being the Group 3 Drivers' Championship champion, Detchel in second, and then with me in third. So I definitely think if anything comes down to the really quick drivers like Rick, Viperize, all of them somehow falling out of favor, this battle between me and Detchel from last season, Group 3, might resume.
That will be
Yeah,
interesting.
So we'll
for sure.
see, especially as an inter Red Bull battle.
yeah, that'll be fun.
So should be
Oh yeah, because they're in the
Should be
RB
good to
Visa,
watch.
huh?
the V carb.
RB Visa, which is probably the dumbest team name I've heard, but oh well.
Oh, yes. I will go on.
there's been
No,
dumber.
yeah,
Isn't it like even worse? It's like Visa Cash App Racing Boo, something like
Red
that.
Bull.
It,
Wait for
It's
Yeah.
just call him Visa.
Visa Cash App, RB,
Yeah, I'm
something.
looking down. I'm looking
They're just
down at
calling
my
Hugo
Cash App or
shirt.
Boss.
something.
No, I'm
Yeah.
looking down at my shirt at the logo.
Hugo
It's
Boss,
just Visa
Orland.
Cash App Formula
Red
Race,
Bull.
Formula One team.
Just wait until we need to call
Just Cash
Alpine
App Formula
Bio.
One
Yeah.
team.
Oh, my goodness.
yeah, I think it's.
Or just CS Formula One team.
Visa. I think it's Visa Cash App Racing Close for me.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Imagine if Sauber get a sponsor that's like OUT or like out or something like that, and then it's
Have you-
kick out Sauber.
Oh wait, Alpine getting OnlyFans, supposedly.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah, I
mention.
did
Have
see
you
that.
heard about Alpine getting OnlyFans as a sponsor?
So technically,
Oh,
first we've already
no.
had the Olifant 720S GT3 in British GT, I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Definitely.
And then now we're gonna see OnlyFans on the side of the Alpine, just fucking sticking
Yeah,
to the side.
replacing BWP.
BWC
Possibly gonna be
OnlyFans.
Showtime favor.
Showtime.
Favorite.
Oh.
I haven't heard
Oh,
of.
Showtime.
Husky's very good.
I haven't heard of him either.
Yeah.
So we got a double GT duo here.
Oh.
Because these
Yeah.
these are both our mainish GT drivers from
Pretty much, yeah.
our sponsored esports team, which I'm not too happy about because mine used to be. But Husky and Showtime, both from Nova Motorsports.
I mean, I will say about those, they're a pretty good duo in terms of pace, but honestly, I feel like they're not really going to do much this season, especially in G2. Husky being up there relatively in G3, but now moving up to G2, I honestly don't believe he can be at that same level, but probably he's going to be midfield most likely.
Well, in the
Occasional top
preseason, he
five.
was right at the back of the lead pack. So
Yeah, until we crashed out, I think.
Fair enough, yeah. So I wouldn't really expect G3 performances from him, but
and they get
wouldn't count
kicked.
him out.
But sour. The other
Interesting.
green machine.
So what? We got Mercedes and Alpine left.
Yep.
Mercedes.
And
Yeah,
we've
so those are our last
got-
two.
Who are our last two pairings?
Kendrick's
Kendrick-
Alex's team.
Kendrick and Eric, and I don't remember the other two. Oh, Chris and Chimp. That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
That's two pretty solid pairings there.
Now, just a little bit of context for you
Okay,
guys.
right.
Well, the wheel's spinning, even though it's probably really delayed. But
Yeah.
there was a massive 6-person driver market mishap going on right before the preseason between me, Husk, Kendricks, Eric, Chris, and Chimpkin.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
everyone in that list either wanted me or Kendricks. So
I mean,
Even though we already
I mean-
said
I mean,
we'd
you're
be teammates,
popular.
and then all of a sudden you said, "Oh no, I'm gonna go with Kendricks," and then, "Oh no, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with him," and then
So it'll be Stracco and Chimp getting the assignment first. So, and then who was the
I
other one?
think-
Kendricks and
Kendricks and
Kendricks
Emery.
is fine with either of these two cars because they're
Gotcha.
his two favorite teams. He likes both Mercedes and Alpine.
He's also raced with both in previous seasons.
Yeah.
fair enough,
Right.
I
yeah.
prefer Alpine
So-
though. I know that for sure.
I mean, that was the first team he raced with in G3. So
Right. And won the
And
championship
he's
too.
gonna get Alpine as well, isn't he?
yeah, actually no, Mercedes.
Nope, he got
No,
Mercedes.
Chris gets Mercedes.
yep.
Yeah, Chris gets.
So it's the mark.
Kendricks.
Kendricks gets.
Yeah, Kendricks will get Alpine.
Yeah.
They are obviously the last pick.
I hope
You
you
will-
got
Yeah,
one
I
of
mean,
you
I get-
guys is noting this, by the way, somewhere, so we can release the graphic
I
on
hope
time.
someone is.
Is
That's
someone?
how we can figure it out.
We will go back if no one's counting this. We will go back
Yeah.
and go through each of
I
them.
counted like 3.
This is typical LSR. We also started
Yeah.
late with the podcast, so it's the usual, I guess.
But yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I think those last two pairings again definitely should be interesting. I know with Kendricks, I think everybody in the server knows exactly what strategy Kendricks will go with every single race. In the absence of safety car, I put an entire Brinks truck on that. But even still, I think those again should be two competitive lineups. We should see them in the points pretty comfortably. And yeah, should be, especially with Kendricks. I think we've seen him run towards the front end in Group 2, Group 3. So yeah, should definitely be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I agree for 100%. And I was going to ask as well, Emre, is that the same driver who won the championship last time out in Group 3? The same Emre?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. That's interesting because I believe Kendricks won the Group 3 championship the year before, so that's 2 champions right there from Group 3, promoted to Group 2 in the same team at Alpine, the team in which Kendricks has won the championship and has been very successful with before. I think that team is seriously going to be the one that's going to be fighting for this championship in Group 2, along with the many others that are in contention. So, yeah, just wanted to point that out there.
I absolutely agree with you,
like I
Jonah.
said before this, I think it's going to be a very close season. I think it's going to be like probably 8 to 10 cars just fighting with each other constantly, especially if we saw how close it was in preseason. I'm also going to say that most of the G2 drivers, me included, Speedy included, are very incident prone. So there could be a lot of chaos as well, which I'm looking forward to the racing that's going to start next week.
Yeah.
We already
So
know how incident
anybody-
prone you guys are.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
Was it?
We'll
Yeah,
see
it'd be
how it goes.
even more if I was Group 2 because somehow Husky and I would find a way.
Yeah, we always
Yeah,
find a way. It doesn't matter if it's GT or Formula One, it'll always happen.
Yeah. Any predictions in particular before we move on to Group 1 or?
Well, I don't want to say because I think it's going to be too close to call right now.
Honestly,
We'll be close.
what I will say, I feel like Jonah has a good point with Emery and Kendricks. They're going to be a really strong duo, and both of them having run at the front in G2 before previously, i.e. last season, Emery winning both races in G2 and 3 Portugal. So yeah, he had really strong pace there in both groups, and Kendricks obviously generally having good pace, which is pretty much correlated between the two groups as well. So wouldn't be shocked if we have a teammate fight for the championship this year, but obviously really can't rule anything out currently.
Yeah, I'd still probably, at least kind of at a base level, probably lean more towards Viperize and Stratton, especially with Viperize as a teammate last season. Obviously, had a little bit more of an off season in season 7. But yeah, I think if I were to pick one team in particular, I think Viperize and Stratton would be one, but then I think Emery and Kendricks certainly are going to give them a fight, if not have that chance to get past them.
Correction, it's not Emery.
Not Emery?
No, it's Eric. It's Eric Fastio
okay.
and Kendricks.
Gotcha.
I don't know how we got to Emery, but I'm just seeing it in the YouTube
Started with
channel.
E.
Saying it.
Gotcha.
Another strong driver, though, that could potentially get a good result.
I do agree,
Yeah,
though.
I guess not teammate then. Gee, sorry, Stratton. Ooh,
The dictator strikes again.
All right.
dictatorship.
And despite that, I just want to point
moving on
out
to
as
Group
well.
1 now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
To
if
be
you
fair,
want to
with
get that point.
all the close racing, of course said I'm looking forward to next week. We actually have that social race tomorrow, the event race at Monaco, which will be a 50% race just at the normal time. So I
should be
think
100%.
Should be 100%, but people are boring, sadly. So we're racing 50. That should be fun as well. I practiced with Rick and we crashed into every single wall. But yeah, it should be fun. Should be streamed. I think it's definitely going to be streamed by me, and I think by Speedy and by whoever else joining. So I don't know if
I mean,
Vacan's racing
yeah.
in that.
That should be there. But yeah, I know if anybody's in chat and thinks they'll be able to make that, definitely go ahead and throw a response. I believe it should be in the announcements channel. Just kind of how we're taking attendance for that one. And it'll be, kind of just impromptu in a social race, but just a little bit something to carry over that bye week into the first round of the season.
I don't know why, but I'm looking at the cameras right now on the stream, and absolutely none of them are loading.
I mean, it doesn't matter anyway
I
because
don't know
we're
why.
gonna go to the wheels. I think.
Yeah, we'll go to
Have we done the Group
Yeah.
1 wheel yet, or?
Group 1?
As long as they can hear our voices.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Head into
Yeah.
Group 1.
James, have you turned up your voice yet? Because they said
Yeah, they cannot hear you, James.
Yeah, I've turned it up a bit more.
Oh,
It should be. Wait.
It-
Probably a bit too loud then.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
all
still
good.
had you turned up to 200 because we couldn't hear you in the Discord before this. So,
Yeah, group
That's
one should definitely be very. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, group one should definitely be very interesting. I know we had two very difficult tracks in terms of in Mexico and Shanghai, just in terms of especially kind of dealing with some of those handling model changes. So there was a little bit more chaos than we might normally be expecting. Oh, that is my phone going down. I'm still here. Um, but
Bacon dot.
I think should be interesting. I think at least looking at that wheel kind of spinning real quick. Mango and Yuki, I think, is the immediate standout as a go-to pairing for. They could just very well run away with it and dominate.
probably.
So long as they don't have a Hamilton and Rosberg situation every other race. But there's
I mean,
there's
they
a
did
number
used to have
of
those when they were racing with each other. So
They did.
I
But
wouldn't
I
be
also want to
surprised.
point out one thing. As Mango and Yuki return, Pete Tom and Fight Me Bot also return.
Which will be
So-
very fun.
We've
Yeah,
got Pete Tom and Fight Me, which I believe worked well together to defeat Mango and Yuki when they raced, against Mango and Yuki, who don't know how to work together.
You've got you got Vasil and Tolkien in there. Gaming James could is a multiple time race winner, and could be very very quick. So there'll be a bunch of interesting things. And our stratting, it was not Guinness today. So just respond to that real quick in chat. But yeah, suppose might as well get right into it.
Group 1, really excited for this one. It's going to be great to see it back like in full swing. But Husk, you're saying put the cap back on the hat. Yeah, I'll put it
Crazy.
back on. I'll put it back on.
It's like Zerg missing his sombrero. It's like
Crazy.
Dirk, I do have a sombrero for you.
Photoshop it on me.
You better go get it.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
You're up first.
Vacan's up first.
Cool.
Vacant, which team do you want?
Myself and Alexis.
Yeah, what
I know I did a bunch
Stick
of
him in the
Aston Martin
Kickstarter.
during testing, so that one would be solid.
Which do you not
yeah, I
want?
could-
Better question.
I pass just because it's like
Nobody
Get out of
wants
the sport.
this.
nobody
Okay,
wants
so
to.
let's just hope they're gonna get Haas because
That would,
Knowing my
that'll be
luck,
funny.
Alexis, I'm sorry, I might have just cursed us. But
I believe Alexis
Oh
is
my
in the
God.
chat as well right now.
yeah.
He might be.
All right, let's see. Yeah, was
What
it? Yeah,
team are you gonna
Aston
pick?
Martin would be nice. Getting Ferrari again would be cool, just to kind of keep that going from last season. But yeah, wait and see.
Breakfast King's telling Zerk to put the sombrero back on.
That's crazy.
And they get Haas!
They get Haas.
Oh, stop!
Just
Oh, son
about
of a
as well.
All right. Well,
you actually got it. Wow,
Well,
that's.
Oh, I
Well,
It
feel
was
bad
so
for
close to
Alexis
Aston
now.
Martin.
Bacon, I don't feel bad for you one bit, but Alexis, I feel bad for.
It was so close to
So-
Aston as well. Like the line barely went
Yeah.
over.
yeah.
It's better.
So perfectly timed quotes. That's another one to bring
Okay,
up
clip,
there.
clip,
And
Samurai should be in chat, I think.
cool.
Someone
Or
clip
quote.
it.
I did. Yeah. So, Well, we'll see.
I just told Alexis to enjoy Haas.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would run Haas, to be honest. And Vacant, you also have
are
some
we-
good luck with Haas because I believe you won your first race
Yes.
with Haas.
That no, that was Ferrari.
Ferrari?
Because that
Okay.
was, yeah, that was
Oh,
that was
Remke's
yeah, because that
right?
wasn't
Was that your
until yeah, because that was last season at Circuit of the Americas was
I believe
Ferrari.
so.
I ran Haas for the first like 3 or 4 seasons, I think, though, just kind of as a like throw me with whoever.
Weirdly
but-
enough, I'm in my first podium team with Red Bull because my first podium came at Bahrain in Red Bull.
I
So-
actually can't remember what my team was.
Your
I think
team
might
when
have
you
me is
first
Mercedes.
wasn't your team when you
Ferrari.
first joined. Hang
I
on, let
think
me pull it up.
Ferrari, what Jonah just said.
Yeah, Ferrari was your
it
first
was-
team with your podium, where you got
Yeah.
third at Spain in, I want
Yeah.
to say, like, season, I don't remember what season.
I can check.
Yeah, because you've been here
Basil?
from the start, right?
I've been here from season
You've
Two,
been
I
here
think.
from season 1, 2, or 3 because you were here before me, and I joined in season 3.
But yeah, Basil
season
and Tolkien.
That's a good lineup. I like that a
Or
lot.
did you start
Yeah.
G2 or G1?
I can't.
Yeah,
remember.
You
Yeah, I
started you started with Danny Stillers in the AlphaTauri in G2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a while.
Also,
ago.
we don't have the results from season 2, by the way, or season 1. Those are just
Of-
gone.
Of
we have
which
there's some of
You're
them.
just deleted.
There's
or
some of
something.
I'm looking at the game comparison app right now, and there's nothing there. It's just
oh
the only things I've added are 1 point to Yuki because he won the championship.
I have it
I know there's-
on. I have it a bunch of records on my side of things. I just deleted them in the chat. We used a different format back then.
Uh-huh.
Wait, no,
Alright.
I have
Alright.
them. I have them. Wait, yes, season 1, 2, and 3.
All right. All I know is that they're not on the app anymore. So
Gotcha.
There are.
They're there,
click
but
on
we
them
haven't
and look
added.
at the ranking though. So.
Oh,
All right, so
Oh,
let's see where
bro.
Basil and Tolkien are going.
What was the thing again? We were talking too much.
Basil
Faisal and
and Tolkien.
Ah.
So
I don't know anything about these guys. So
they're
me
they're
neither.
they both have a lot of pace. I think behind that, definitely have the. I think it was Basil who was kind of going neck and neck with Mango for pole at Mexico, and they were pretty much in a league of their own during that race.
I think that was the first time I raced or even met Basil. Then.
Yeah, and so
Maybe McLaren, so
be interesting for them at McLaren. Sure. So
right.
yeah, they'll be in the orange.
I believe McLaren has already got a constructors title as well in Group 1.
The only two teams that don't have titles are Haas and Kick Sauber. Kick Sauber's brand new, so
vacant. You'll have to change that with the Lexus.
Yeah, the idea definitely going to be an uphill battle against a bunch of the guys here. But
I mean, you never know. Alexis
Yeah.
and Vacant might be a bit of a dark
Ooh.
horse this season.
This is the one we've been waiting for.
McLaren as well.
Mango and Yuki, the best
Yeah,
lineup.
this,
Please
okay.
give a Mercedes.
Ooh.
Please give a Mercedes.
Yeah, that would be great for the storyline. I want to say they were running Ferrari pretty regularly in testing.
Yeah.
That's
but yeah,
what I
I
was
think
thinking as well.
if-
I think they want either Mercedes or Ferrari for their team. So I think
Yeah,
they'd be
I think
fine with either.
if there's a favored duo, I think that Mango and Yuki would be pretty difficult to bet against, especially considering it'll be the pair of them.
Yeah, but B-Tom and Fight Me Now Bot are also there. So
I think that
I wanted to say like we're gonna have a Rosberg Hamilton type of battle, but we're not running Spain this season as it still has a ton of glitches. So
yeah,
they did
Williams.
get
they got
Williams,
is a Mercedes powered car. So
it's
And
close.
see, this
So
is interesting as well. Williams
Also,
haven't
what-
won a championship since Group 2, Season 1.
yeah, that was that B? I think that was B-Tom as well.
probably
It was
that
it was
was-
Elian.
oh, it was Alien,
It was Elian. Yeah.
Mhm.
who's
It was
also
Alien.
just
And
Luke
really
Tourette,
scared
I
at this
believe.
point.
No, I don't want Packers. I want Williams F1 news.
Gotcha. Yeah, that one should definitely be interesting to watch. I wouldn't be shocked if we see a lot of Williams running at the front, specifically in qualifying, as Mango consistently is running well at the top of qualifying, but especially once we get into that race train.
Well, we
I
got
agree.
the next duo now.
that we've been talking about before.
Oh,
to return.
yeah, the underdogs,
Tom
as
and
we
Tiny
have to
now.
call them now, because all the hype is on Bingo and Yuki. But this is the lineup that I'm favoriting in Group 1. Beat Tom and
I'm
Fight
feeling
Me
about
Now.
Aston.
What cards do they want?
Yeah.
Beat Tom would probably want, I don't know, what cars still. It's something that makes sense. Not tell me what car he thinks. He'd probably want Mercedes or something.
Speedy,
I got a
you gotta
feeling
get your
Aston.
microphone out of your fan there.
Yeah,
It's in the garbage disposal.
is that better?
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah, so I think Tom would want Mercedes. If I was to focus on what he has raced the most, probably Mercedes.
In the past, he has done
Yeah, I
Mercedes,
think
but he's never done it
That'd
here.
probably be right on it. Has he not?
I don't think he has.
Huh.
I think he's done Williams, Alpine, Haas, Aston.
He's getting Alpine.
He is getting Alpine.
All right, then.
Alpine. Okay.
A lot of people are getting their some of their best teams. Like Kendrick's
Mhm.
got Alpine. I got Red Bull, which is where my first podium came at. So
I've never really driven Red Bull. I've always been driving AlphaTauri, to be honest, and then Williams with
just think of
Sagan.
this: you've been promoted. Don't do Alex Albon. Pierre Gasly. Just don't be either of those two. Don't be French or don't be Taiwanese. Or not Taiwanese. From Thailand.
And don't be Danny Kvyat.
Albon.
I won't be Kvyat.
Yeah.
Definitely won't be Kvyat.
No, Kvyat's the other Husky.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could bang some hard boss and just go for it, but I don't know how well that'll end for you.
We got
I
James.
don't have any vodka, I just have rum, so.
Jameson and Robert.
Alright.
Another duo. I don't know.
Yeah,
Ah,
I haven't
interesting.
raced them
Okay.
before, So
They've run before. I know that, but I've never actually talked to them.
Yeah, I know Robin is in chat, and James as well with some solid pace there. So yeah, I think it'll definitely be interesting to see where they slot in.
I've commentated in race.
Full-time driver. Yeah.
I believe
I think he's full-time in Q1, and he's asking not to get the Red Bull.
Oh, okay.
Let's hope he
So
does.
yes, he hasn't popped up yet. Hey, some guy that didn't end up well for me, so be careful with that.
Yeah.
Hello, Mango. Mango has
Mango,
returned to chat as well.
What did Mango get again? I forgot.
Williams.
Williams.
Mango and Yuki are in the Williams.
But Robin, you've been
Fight Me Now are in the Alpine. So.
Robin,
you've
we're all
Guys.
Group 2 drivers here. We don't know the Group 1 people. We don't mix.
I'm the exception. I know roughly who you are. And so we got Mercedes for that duo.
Yeah, we've got Williams versus Renault.
Yeah, I've been commentating and driving with Robin for quite some time, and it's been fun knowing him for sure. He's been here
He's
for quite
happy
some
about
time.
it. So
Yeah, Mango, if you want to see something regarding Haas, you can definitely go back on the stream a little bit to the start of Group 1. Statements that aged so well.
I'm just
very
hoping.
very fast.
Yeah,
Gotta make
I'm
a
just
social
hoping
media
post about that.
some guy will get Red Bull now, as he's been saying he doesn't want it.
You're
Uh,
hoping for that?
Yeah, mostly because
Okay.
he's been annoying me
Chill out,
while
Speedy.
playing Siege with three
I
of us
see you.
here. Evan's playing Siege with some guy lately, and it's not been going that well. So
Vacant L in chat, guys.
Okay, Speedy Lunner.
Who's
All
that?
right, so into the next driver
Even
pairing.
James, I know. Who's he with? Tommy. Okay, I know these two. Tommy and me know each other in Bruges very well.
Yeah. Okay.
Both champions
Yeah, I think-
in LSR.
Yeah, I mean, again,
Will be.
another. Yep,
But I feel
another
like
very
this is-
solid lineup.
I feel like this is the third wheel of the day between the two facets. We got the Alpine and Williams lineups being the two going on the date of the fates. Yes, I don't know. And then we got this team who's going to be there, but I don't know if they can exactly take the title away from either of our two leading teams.
I wouldn't bet against Basel though. I think with these lineups, I think it's probably going to be a three-way constructors fight as it stands.
Well, they got Red Bull, so
Gotcha. Yeah.
Let some guy to
Dang.
Did not get
RBV
Some guy doesn't get it.
RBVs are still there.
All right.
Who wants
So,
to get that?
I've been-
Some guy did get it what he wished.
Yeah, but now he needs to get RB visa.
Yeah.
I had a
Quick
feeling
feed
that
carb.
I had a feeling those two drivers would get Red Bull, and I don't know why. I just did, and the reason why I was
Yeah.
thinking that was kind of because I had this idea in my head because Gaming James is the only champion in Group C, and he won that race. Or he won that championship with Red Bull, and he was dominant in Red Bull. That's how we got to know how competitive he was. So Gaming James in a Red Bull sounds right. Reunited once again. Next team, let's see.
King Kali and Bora.
Ooh.
Don't know the
Bora.
two of them.
Yeah, I know Kali is brand new. I know Trennan got him in from Xbox, and I know his time trials were really, really quick. Bora I'm not as familiar with though.
I still don't know like these people. I know Nander. I know Nander and his teammate. I know Bono and Robbie, and I know some guy. Those are the only drivers that I see on that field.
Well, let's see what team they get.
I think that's definitely probably a wild card pairing though, especially with both of them being rather new. So let's see where they end up.
Gotta get RBVs so some guy can't get an RBT.
You guys need to stop talking about the teams that you want to get because
It's
And it's V-Carb.
it's VCarb, yeah.
some
Yeah.
guy.
There they
There's
go.
nothing going well with saying what team you want and then getting the opposite.
Yeah, I'll be very interested to see where. Yeah,
What are
I
the
mean,
last
I said who I
two
didn't.
games?
We've
I
been
said who I didn't
having,
want and said who I wanted, and neither worked.
Yeah.
So
to be fair, we've been
Oh,
having
it
the
didn't
same
work out
routine
as I
lately
wanted.
with getting a map and saying like, oh, I don't want to play there, and then we get that map, and then it's like, and it's now the same happening here with all the teams.
Or
People are
for-
saying like, oh, I want this team, and then
yeah,
So hang on, I've got a similar situation that happened to me 2 nights ago in an NR 2003 offline league. It was the second Daytona duel for that. I wanted someone to hit the wall, but I said specifically not this one driver. And guess who hits the wall at 168 miles per hour head on in turn 3?
That one
The
driver.
one
Oh,
driver I did
Yeah.
not want to hit the wall. Because he
Alright,
got
then,
turned down the
alright.
back straight lined it.
all right, then some guy,
Uh,
which team do you not want?
yeah. All right. So yeah, what are the last
Yeah,
ones?
which
Our
team
last
do
three
you-
are Aston, Ferrari, and Sauber.
Teams that
Which,
are
yeah.
pretty good.
By the way, these
Yeah.
names are really good for commentary. By the way, some guy and another one, which will be.
Sounds
Yep.
amazing.
It's like the
Hey,
F1
unknown
graphics
team.
fucked up again.
Yeah.
The
With last
unknown
name,
team.
last name, first name.
Can we get a guy whose username is just brackets enter name? Because that would be great too.
Maybe
Some guy
maybe I'll
doesn't
change
want
my
Ferrari,
username
so
to
that's
that.
where
Alright.
he's gonna end up.
So some guy,
Maybe
if
I'll
that's not
change
what
my
you get,
username to
I'm
that.
convinced that James's wheel is rigged.
Okay, some guy does not want Ferrari.
So
He's gonna get Ferrari then.
he's gonna get
Alright,
Ferrari.
so-
No, he's gonna
Survey
get
says-
Kick Sauber. Why is he the lucky one?
Yeah, kick Sauber. So one of the greens.
He's
Steak.
happy.
Not bad.
Why does he
Yeah.
get all the luck?
So the Flora,
How-
the highlighter
how does he
green.
get overlook?
Because he got a team that he wanted other than the team he did not want.
He did-
Yeah, it's pretty solid though. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree with Rick's message.
Yeah, no, I
Let's
agree
pick
with
some
that as
guy
well.
athlete.
Yeah,
All right. So last two are what? Nander and Vindovs, and then Bono and Robbie.
Yeah.
Which are I don't know why, but the last lineups are ones that I recognize. So.
Bono, Matthias.
Yeah.
Tires.
Tires are gone.
Oh, my tires are gone.
Yeah. So yeah, I know Vindovs has a lot of pace. I believe he either won the season 6 drivers in Group 2 or was runner up in that kind of battle with Alexis. So don't know if either of those pairings will be like consistently at the front. But it's my tires are gone and Robbie.
My tires are gone.
Bono.
They get. I can't tell because we're still 30 seconds behind James.
I'll change
It's all
For
good.
the next stream, which will be in like a year.
It's fine. It can be.
In a year's time, we'll get better at technology.
We'll get better at podcast. This is the 4th one we've done.
Aston.
I think it's the second. I don't think we. Oh, it's the third.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Third one.
Second or third.
I just
We'll do
wasn't
another one
here last
before.
So
night.
yeah.
I think I was asleep.
Yeah, so Bono and Robbie to Aston, which means Vindovs and his teammate to Ferrari.
And
So Nander and Vindovs and Ferrari. All right. Now,
But that's
yeah.
all the team's
I've
done.
asked you a question and you still have yet to respond. So please
What?
look at the question that I'm saying. You and Zerk are the only two that know this, that get this reference, because you are the only two actually there that are in this podcast.
No. That's all I'm gonna say.
what's the
Uh,
question?
Don't. We've already have one.
All
Please
right.
don't. No.
What? What? What?
I want to know what this is.
Yeah.
Hang on.
We already have one
does
here.
everyone vote yes that I do this?
No.
Yeah.
Abstain.
Okay. Jonah, are you supportive of this? Because it might go.
I don't
really
even see
south.
what you guys are talking about.
Look in the group chat text. Look in the text.
Oh, you're looking at that.
Alright.
Oh God.
Oh.
In support. Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, you could do what you want.
I don't know if that'll count
Actually,
as
no,
doing
Vacant,
it. But...
you know this. You were there as well, Vacant. You know what I'm about
He's-
to curse upon.
He's talking about the Japan race where I got really, really drunk. That very first PT race we did.
Well, I guess before we go off the rails, do we want to do Group 1 predictions first?
That
Yes.
might be a smart idea,
let's-
yeah.
Let's move on to that.
I'll end the stream with that.
Gotcha.
Well, I think I'll start off by saying that I have full confidence that Yuki and Mango will be the driver lineup to watch out for the championship. I've watched these drivers have the craziest rivalry across esports, motorsport in general, in terms of league racing. I still remember screaming at the top of my lungs when they both crashed into the wall doing a literal Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton from Silverstone 2021 when they literally were in Red Bull and
remember that,
Mercedes
yeah.
in 2021. The only thing was they were in Paul Ricard
Yeah.
and not Silverstone.
Yeah.
But enough.
I was there. I was like right behind him, I think, at that point.
I think
I've
you
still got
were.
the clip, I think.
I
Yeah.
joined this. I joined
Yes, that's
all the
the-
racing leagues right at the
that's-
end of 20. So
Yeah. That's the season
Yeah.
where I first joined.
And I
'Cause
believe
that's,
so, yeah.
That's where the clips from
Yeah,
of you
'cause-
screaming that me, Danny, and some other
Three
kid
wide.
like come from the 3 wide moment at Spain,
Mhm.
For sure.
Good
which is
times.
now almost 4 years ago, which is fucking insane.
we are fucking.
I do
Yeah.
think, though, to continue on with the subject, that Yuki and Mango will continue to be the favorites, but B-Tom, a fantastic racer, Fight Me Now bot, both racers that can consistently show that they have the pace to battle for this championship. I mean, if you look at B-Tom's results alone, he won 3 back-to-back championships in a row in Group 1 from Season 2 to Season 4. And is one of the best drivers I think we've ever seen in LSR. I mean, if you look at Season 2, he won every single race that season except one, which Forzan won in Portugal. But yeah, in general, I think he's going to be a driver to look out for, and same with Fight Me Now bot as well. So Group 1's going to be intense, and I don't think that there alone, there's some other drivers as well that have a very strong team that could fight for this championship. All in all, though, I just want to see Group 1 show off the qualities of LSR. In the past, we've had in the last 2 seasons, it's kind of been difficult to get like a full-on group there. We've had the drivers, we've had the support for it. You guys have been doing a great job. But in general, I think there was something that happened where it got like it ended or something like that, and then the season ended with the game cycle for 24 coming around. So we've had some bad luck with like a season or 2, and I think that now we have the ability to show that Group 1 is the premier series and premier tier in LSR, and I think that Vacant, you're heading that, and the admins are supporting as well, and I think that you guys will be able to put on a fantastic show, and I think the drivers will do the same. So honestly, I just can't wait to watch the Group 1 action and hopefully commentate on it as well, because it's going to be absolutely incredible for sure.
Yeah.
I want to go with VTOM.
Well,
no, I don't want to take you guys.
You gotta make sure there's enough cocaine in the commentary cage, just so.
Hey, we're live. We're live.
Yeah, agreed.
Don't leak all the trade secrets.
Yeah, no, I think Group 1 will be really close as well. We've had the problems with Ickle before. I'm just gonna openly say that. Like 2 or 3 seasons ago, maybe now. We've had problems last year's game with people just not wanting to play anymore. It was a shit game, so it was the right decision. And then we just stopped the season a bit early. But yeah, it should be close this year. We've got some new guys. We've got people coming back. We've got some people that got promoted from Group 2. We'll just see how it goes.
Hoping.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, go for it.
Hoping it's a good game. I mean, I haven't really exactly been on it much, but I haven't even been on it at all, so I can't.
You haven't even bought the game yet.
No, I haven't, because I don't want to buy it just yet. I'll wait until it's like free. But I think Mango and Yuki, if they can work together, they will probably be that best team. But I also want to go for Bono just because you get to scream Bono at the top of your lungs.
Yeah, true.
For sure. That definitely would be a highlight there. Yeah, I know we mentioned, but both the lineups of Yuki Mango and VTOM Fight Me Now. I think I'd definitely probably throw a bit bigger lot behind Vasil. Again, I think that if Mango and Yuki can get that teamwork, together, I think that they are definitely the one to beat, especially historically, in LSR. I think if there's a bit more of a championship dark horse, it would be Vasil and Tolkien, who have been here for a couple of for a season or 2 now, have a lot of pace, and could really take the fight to those kind of front 2 teams, and it'll be very interesting to watch, very interesting to take part in. You never know how seasons could pan out. We got really nice variety of circuits as well. Specifically on Brazil is the opener, where it's been historically the end. We're going to Vegas for the first time. Singapore will be there, so should be very very interesting, and hopefully a load of fun. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, and you mentioned a good point there to kind of like continue on with the subject of the calendars. This is a great transition point. We should probably mention that we have released the calendar for season 8. And I believe there's 12 rounds, if I'm not mistaken. You said that Brazil is the start and then Vegas the end. I can't wait for Vegas. I think I'll show up for that event because not just because it's Vegas, but also because it is technically my home race. It's the closest race, even though it's like 11 hours away from me, but that is the closest for me in general, and it's only one state
America.
over. I know, right? But
me and James don't have those issues.
Exactly. Yeah, you guys are pretty close to races over there.
10 minutes away from Silverstone, so
I'm like an hour away from Zandvoort, which I'm working at, by the way, for the race weekend, and I just came back from Spa like last weekend, so which was only a 4-hour drive.
There were a couple of solid stuff there.
I mean, I drove back from Spa and we passed Zolder. It's like everything's too close.
Everything's pretty close, but that's pretty cool. It is pretty cool that it is close. But yeah. The calendar looks good.
Calendar looks good. We've got a couple of sprint races this season again. Got a couple of rounds with full qualifying, which I'm hoping that next season, which I'm looking pretty far into the future, I'm hoping we can have full qualifying on every round, depending on if people want that. We could also implement for next season, I'm just speculating here, we could implement for next season that we do full qualifying only if we're over 15 people for the round with attendance. But that's something we have to figure out later on.
It is very fun.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely going to be interesting to watch. I know that calendar is a little bit small, but yeah, those red marked races are, if I'm remembering correctly, the sprint races.
The sprint races, yes.
Which of course is that. Yeah, so of course is that new qualifying kind of format. If people in here either haven't been paying attention or haven't been involved, where that'll be a medium tire set, a race, and then soft tire quali set. And then those yellows of Austria and Vegas will be the full quality, which definitely looking forward to both times.
Yeah, I agree. A lot to look forward to for sure. And one track that I'm really excited to see back is Lusail, Qatar. And I really enjoy that track. I really do. I know that some people don't, but I hope to be returning for that event because I've been advocating for that track to return to LSR, and it's now back. So I think
We've had it in preseason.
We've had it, yeah. It was there, and we've had it before, of course, in a few seasons ago. I think when the track was first revealed on the game for F1 23, if I'm not mistaken, season 6. But yeah, I'm excited to see it return, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. But in terms of like the full qualifying coming back, a few new changes coming in for the calendar sake of things, there are a few changes in general to like the settings and stuff in general. We have the return of the formation lap, which has been kind of on and off, it seems, for the last couple of seasons due to the wonderful glitches that EA and Codemasters provide us. Of course, I'm being sarcastic, but Group 1 will also not allow full traction control, and I think that's something that we should definitely discuss. And that's, I think, the only assist that's off compared to the rest of the main assists, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's been off for both groups, I think. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just as a kind of like, sorry, go for it.
I guess we've been looking into like, of course, doing maybe no assists. I think I brought it up first, and that's how we got to like doing lower traction control for Group 1. But I think it will be a lot better. It'll make the group a lot quicker.
And a lot of the reasoning kind of behind, trying to start to look to pull back some of those assists, especially for Group 1, is, really to just kind of highlight that it is going to be our premier group, and it is going to be, that kind of highest standard possible. So, it'll definitely be a point of review, like, hey, do we want to, get rid of, ABS, or do we want to go to no traction control, or, even like racing line or gearbox. Again, in the future, all those things will definitely come up, and we're definitely open to hearing people's perspectives on that. but at the end of the day, it's going to be something that is kind of a continuously evolving decision on that front. So definitely trying to keep in mind both how we can kind of view the league as a whole and where we're going to go, as well as where the drivers are kind of hoping for that. So, but yeah, should lead to that kind of higher skill level, as well as hopefully just as good racing.
I fully agree. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, to see like what we have in store. I think Husky, you mentioned that we had the discussion of like the assists being limited coming into the future. That's something that was discussed, and I believe we tried that for Group 1 a few seasons back, and then changed back and forth. But I think it's good because it's the Group 1 is the premier series. Some of the fastest drivers, some of the drivers that are using a lot less assists. And then Group 2 has always been the series where it's like drivers using more assists, a more competitive tier in the form of just being not like the professional like super esports drivers, but also more of a fun tier. It's always kind of had that feeling around, and I think we're coming back to that more so than previous seasons. And that's no slam on other seasons, but I think this season is going to be very entertaining with all these changes, and I think that we're going to get some amazing racing, to echo all the other folks on this call's words. But something else I think that I wanted to mention as well as preseason. We had 2 races already, and we're now at this break week as of streaming this on YouTube. This is, of course, the weekend where we kind of have this middle point to discuss everything, to do this, to go through the driver lineups, and also to have that social race as well. But we had 2 preseason races to kind of indicate how the season is going to get going. Next weekend is the start of Season 8, which is going to be, of course, amazing. But can we reflect on what we've learned from preseason so far? I mean, of these 2 sessions, what can we take from those 2 sessions of Group 1 and Group 2?
Well, I think I've said it a couple times now. It's going to be very close. It's going to be very chaotic. And I think it's going to be very fun, which is most important. So, I mean, I'm just looking forward to it. I'm excited for tomorrow because we have the event race, and then I'm very excited for the new start of the season. So, I've got high hopes.
I'm hoping it's good. I didn't exactly watch or keep in touch with preseason. Had things being done, so I haven't exactly been in touch with it. But the group 1 and Group 2 lineup, they seem very, very good, and as we said from the lineups, it should be very interesting. Speedy good.
Breakfast King is up there.
He's a very good driver.
I mean, that entire top 10 at the Monza race was the only one I was there, but that entire top 10 has a chance for podiums, wins, championship. So I'm just excited.
There can be a few underdogs from that race as well. Maybe.
quite a bit of controversy, probably.
Yeah, I could see definitely Group 1 being a lot the same. I don't think we're exactly going to have that potential 9-10 card championship battle. I think it'll definitely be a little bit smaller, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see 2 or 3 good packs of cars in most races, kind of being able to go at it, as well as if having leaders kind of going at it could bring the field a lot closer. I know we did kind of race 2 tracks, especially. The change in handling model makes those tracks very, very challenging because of the amount of kind of stress it puts on the tires, and kind of people learning like, hey, this is how I need to go wheel to wheel with somebody when moving at at this pace, especially later on into stints. But I think it is definitely going to be a learning process. We definitely saw a number of good battles. Definitely hoping to keep it clean, or as at least as clean as possible, for sure. But I think it should be a very interesting race. Of course, got to drive smart to get to the finish, but it'll be interesting to take part in. And the good news is tech issues shouldn't be quite as much as outside of the rage quit bug, which I now know exists. Should be at least smoother sailing, which is good on that front. So definitely going to be an interesting one to keep an eye on. I guess circling back to Group 2 a little bit after having had the chance to race a bunch of those guys last season. I definitely think that 9-10 car battle is definitely an accurate way of looking at that, where that group has just as much potential to produce some really, really interesting battles, despite not quite having necessarily that same outright pace as Group 1 does.
Yeah, and I just want to point out as well that as someone who, of course, is not racing full time and as someone who's kind of stepped back from league racing, I can tell that this season's different. It's much better. I think that it's going to be absolutely incredible. And as someone who's actually raced firsthand in Group 2, one of the biggest changes I saw, and one of the biggest just amazing things to witness, was how close the field was and how competitive it was within the top 10 were separated within 12 seconds within I don't know, a few seconds of each other. That's my point. We were all kind of just in one long train battling for the race win. You could literally be in 12th or 13th position and go to first within the next corner, because that's how competitive this tier was. And it's not like there was huge crashes or anything like that. It was literally like the cars would be able to overtake. And of course, that's Monza. There's slipstream involved and all that sort of thing. But I was stunned by how competitive the field was. And honestly, I had a lot of fun, personally. I really did have a lot of fun there. And it made me want to come back. And I think that's exactly what LSR is kind of showing this season, is that it's going to be fun. And these drivers are going to want to come back and they want to have a lot of fun and a lot of exciting racing to come. And I think that's exactly what we're going to get in season number 8 for both tiers. Of course, I haven't driven in Group 1. I don't know exactly what the pace is going to be like. However, from the driver lineups we've seen, from the drivers that are competing in this championship, I know from personal experience of racing, commentating, and just kind of looking at them throughout LSR's history, that they have the ability to show off incredible action. And I think for Group 1, one of the specialties is that a lot of these drivers that have been very successful in LSR in the past and provided incredible racing are returning to join with the other drivers that are already successful and have built a name for themselves within. So honestly, I think we are in another golden age of LSR with Group 1. Group 2 is going to be exciting. And I think limiting the tiers, some may see that as some sort of downside or anything like that. But I don't think that's the case. I think this is going to be a new start. This is going to be going back to LSR's roots of the 2 main tiers. And I think we're just going to get an absolutely amazing season. So sorry for going for so long on a blabbering about LSR and how great it is, but it's honestly the case, and I can't wait for what we have in store for the future.
Yeah, no, we had to downsize because we didn't have enough drivers now with the start of the new game, especially with the 4 different handling patches we had now. But yeah, having 2 groups should be a lot better as well for the admin team, just to like get everything better organized, better communication with everyone. Should just be a lot better in general, and I'm happy to go back to the days of like seeing this racing. It's gonna be like basically for back when I joined in season 3, season 4. It's gonna get back to those times, and I'm really excited to see that again. Like that type of racing.
Definitely looking forward to it.
I just don't want the controversy of the last couple of seasons, basically.
Sounds okay.
Is Speedy talking?
Yes, he's
Oh,
That's why.
okay.
I hear him.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I think we're just about to wrap up. So
Yeah, it should
that's
be okay.
probably should be good to kind of wrap up and kind of call it there. But yeah, should be some interesting action. Definitely looking forward to Brazil next week. As you know, a great circuit to get started with. So yeah, don't know if anybody else has any other words to kind of close out.
Well, we've got some more, of course. We've mentioned it a couple of times. We have the event race at Monaco, which will actually see how Group 1 and Group 2 will match up against each other. Again, it's a difficult track, of course. Was close, difficult overtaking. But some very quick drivers, and then with Group 2 mixed in, it's just going to be a lot of fun, I think. Should have been 100% race, in my opinion, because we've never done those, but people's vote, and we've discussed that we always do it that way. So 50% should be fine. It's gonna be chaos, but it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I think I just want to mention that I can't wait for the season. You know, I really can't. It's going to be awesome. As I went into a long, what seemed like a paragraph of some sort of LSR trophy idea, but yeah, in general, I am really excited. It's going to be great. And I think for my advice for all the drivers and everybody participating, have fun. You know, really take the time and just enjoy the racing, enjoy the actual atmosphere and the community that this league brings. Of course, we're all human. You know, there's no if you make a mistake, then yeah, that sucks. But keep going, move forward. You know, that's not something that it's going to be affecting you tomorrow or the day after that. So if there's some sort of altercation or something like that out on track, just simply report it to the ticket, you know, as we have done for the previous seasons, and move on from there. You know, that's how how it goes. You know, it's a game. But yeah, I think that it's going to be great. I think we're going to get a lot of action. I think we're going to get a lot of stuff. I think one of the big things too is that there's going to be a lot more commentary this season. I think both tiers are going to be streamed live, which is great. I think before there was kind of like back and forth. We couldn't get like a full stream for one tier or something like that. I can't remember. I think it might have been Group 3 that we were struggling to get everything together. But I can confidently say that there's going to be commentary for both tiers. From what I've heard, even though I'm not like a head admin or head owner of the league or whatever. But yeah, and viewers, if you're new to this league, you know, make sure to also subscribe to the YouTube channel, which we are live on right now, and also follow the Instagram and TikTok. I believe the server is on, or the league is on.
Probably that's going to be this feud of expertise, I think.
I believe so. So yeah, take a look at the social media accounts. Yeah, social media. We're just. It's okay. Hopefully they're not coming to your house. Hopefully there's nothing. Yeah. But yeah, I was just mentioning that the viewers that are new to the LSR should check out TikTok and Instagram for LSR for content. You know, we're going to be posting more on that, right? I don't think they can hear. I don't think they can hear you, Speedy.
But I guess that's a good thing then, that if we have those prepared packages for commentators, that it will be good that we have our formation lab returning, because that'll be all.
Yeah.
That'll be a lot easier for you guys.
So just to sum up what Speedy said real quick for anybody, if you still can't hear him, was the like kind of, yeah, because the kind of base level that is, all those socials should be posting a little bit more in addition to YouTube with those live streams, and then we'll have a little bit extra for those commentators, especially in those kind of early stages of the race. So be sure to kind of tune in to be able to get that.
Yeah, there's a lot that's going to be happening for LSR. A lot that's going to be taking place. And yeah, I think that I think we covered pretty much everything that we wanted to mention. Something else I wanted to point out as well is that LSR is not just an F1 league. We also have GT, NASCAR, etc. And I got to talk to you all about this as well, and we'll talk about it on a chat or something like that. But we got to get that Nürburgring GT7 event going as well one of these days, where we do some. Yeah, well, it's gonna be so cool. I think we wanted to do like 3 hours or something like that. So I'm excited for that.
Going back to like that first race we did with me and James battling for the lead after BFM disconnected, where it got very weird in our own streams, but very good on your commentary end.
Oh yes.
Yeah, no, it should be fun. We should be able to get that. We've also on and off we've been playing behind the scenes. We've been playing Assetto Corsa with a small group. We're still trying to get like. I don't really have the time or the like motivation to play much, and the others don't have much time. But we still want to get an ACC like endurance team together as well to represent LSR. But that's something in the background, and we'll get on later. But we'll talk about all of that later on, I guess.
Yeah, definitely something to discuss, and I'll get to work on the GT7 Nürburgring planning for an event like that. That'll be cool one of these weeks. But yeah,
could be done during the break between week 6 and week round 6 or round 7.
Yeah, we could do that. I'm down as always. We'll figure that out for sure. But yeah, viewers, keep an eye for that information. And I think that pretty much concludes everything. I don't think there's anything else we need to say, but get ready for Season 8. Yeah, I believe we did get everything. So yeah, Season 8 kicks off on August, I believe it's next week, if I'm not mistaken.
Week,
yeah. Yep, and that will be at Brazil for Group 2 and Group 1 for F1 24 racing. You'll see us all there, as well as all the other drivers participating. Catch the commentary on YouTube, catch updates on Discord, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, etc. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining us as we talked about Season 8. And Speedy, did you have something else you wanted to mention?
Still can't hear him, by the way. I'll need to rejoin and do all that later.
Okay, I'll just repeat what you're saying, Speedy, real quickly. So viewers, they still can't hear Speedy, right?
Yeah. I'll have to leave.
Don't believe so. No.
For it to hear. Hopefully.
Okay. All right. So viewers, essentially, we're going to be introducing some race highlights for events. Later on, I think Speedy, you mentioned they're going to be posted around Wednesday or so. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, they're going to be made on F1, I believe, from F1 highlights, right? Okay. Well,
We've done that. Yeah.
We did.
Okay. Yeah.
Are the clips gonna get taken from? I'm guessing the stream, the theater mode in F1 as well.
Yes.
James' voice, maybe James, if you buy the game.
What?
So
yeah. Is there a possibility? I'm just throwing it out there. Is there a possibility for you guys to include clips from personal streams as well, from that moment, like an onboard? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry about that, viewers. We're you may hear us like talking and then not talking. That's because Speedy's talking and we can't hear him at the particular moment on stream. It's all good. We're gonna be ending off anyway, but yeah, just to essentially basically explain what Speedy was saying. Robbie and Speedy will both be putting out some highlights on YouTube, and we'll be able to tell who's who, but they will also include personal streams as well, and commentary overlays from whoever's commentating on the races. But yeah, hopefully I covered the majority of the points that Speedy mentioned. But yeah, really excited for that as well. That's a huge thing, and I hopefully we can get that to Instagram as well, like little shorts and stuff like that. But we'll see how that goes for sure. Yeah, we'll get it's good. Yeah, what were you saying? Yeah. Okay,
They usually take 1.5 hours, the races, if you look back at our streams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah. So
give or take.
Yeah. 45 minutes.
Austria as well.
Austria,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, just to relay what Speedy was saying there, full quali will increase the length of the races in the live stream, so they could be on go beyond 2 hours for the full quali events, which is Austria and Las Vegas. And yeah, it's going to be exciting. So longer streams, which is cool as well. Of course, not every stream will be like that, because if we did over 2 hour streams, I bet people will need to get places and all that sort of thing. But yeah, a lot to look forward to for sure for season 8. Did anybody else have anything else to mention before we conclude?
I think that was it.
Okay. Well, I think we're good then. I think we're good. Yeah, I think that's everything. So again, viewers, tune in next weekend for the first official race in Interlagos in Brazil. Cannot wait for the racing to get underway. And
Group 1. No, Group 1 is Saturday. First. So it'll be Group 1 first, and Group 2.
Yeah, we're switching that up. So Group 1 first. So yeah, Group 1 will be first, and then Group 2. And Group 2 will be able to learn from Group 1 as well, which is kind of cool in that way. So yeah, super exciting to see the season get back underway. Of course, we have that social race as we mentioned this weekend as well at Monaco, which should be so much fun, so much chaos as it is Monaco, but it's going to be absolutely incredible. Can't wait to see how that is.
Couple hundred.
Looking forward to it.
I believe so, yeah. All right, well, viewers, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you all as well for joining me on this this live stream, guys. It's been a pleasure to talk about Season 8 and as friends and discuss what's coming up for Lightning Speed Racing. But viewers, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining, of course, as mentioned, and we'll see you